Hello, Mr. Phobes here. I'm going to go through our first Photoshop tutorial on how to edit your expansion for the square assignment. So um, depending on what computer you're on, if you go to the dock, you'll probably see Photoshop, and you would click on that to get it started. The other way would be to go to your Finder and then go and go to applications, and then you could launch it from there. You should see Photoshop, right? So we're going to get it started here. There we go. So I'm going to go File, Open, and I'm going to open up this JPEG that I've saved. Okay, now, so this was photographed not very well, but we're going to make it look really good. But they did do what I asked, which is they've left pretty large amount of area around the picture frame here. A couple of things. Go up to the little top here and choose a workspace. We're going to work in Essentials, and that'll be just fine for what we're doing right now. And then the other thing is you might want to go and adjust your interface here. So if you go to Photoshop Preferences and then go to Interface, you can adjust how you want your interface to look. I kind of like working on this medium gray, so I'm going to do that. But if you like black or whatever, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay, a couple other things. We want to go to the window, and you want to make sure that layers are checked, and you want to make sure that the tools are checked, and make sure the application frame is checked. All right. And that should be good. Okay, so here we are. We've got the image up, and the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and crop it, and that's done by using the crop tool over here. I'm going to click on it, and a little dialog box comes up. There are several different settings. You can crop to original ratio or to a ratio or original ratio, and then if there are already some presets, they may be in there. We want to use the width times height times resolution. All right. If there's any numbers in here, just clear them, and then we're going to type this. So if your orientation is portrait, let's do it like this. We're going to go 12. We have to type in IN for inches, and then we're going to go 18, and then we're going to go inches, and then we're going to work at 300 pixels per inch, and that's the resolution. We will, oh, look at this changed on me. My mouse is kind of sensitive. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to work at 300. We'll be doing that all semester long. Let's just check something before I crop it. So I'm going to go to image size. Oh, it won't do it until I crop it. So I'm going to go ahead and crop this, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to crop down to this corner here. So I want to crop the original to the original picture frame, okay? So now I've got it registered in this corner. Now all I have to do is take this bottom corner and bring it up. It's a little bit off, but it's not going to be a problem. And then I hit Enter, and there it is, okay? Let's go to image size, and we'll go image size. And so if we go to inches, it says 12 by 18 at 30, so that's 55 megabytes, which is way too large for posting on Blackboard. So what we might want to do, let's try reducing this by half. So let's just make it, go ahead and select 6, and with this little link set, you don't have to change the bottom one. If they were unlinked and not constrained, you would, but leave this little linked. So I'm going to again change it to 6, and you see that changes down to 13.9 megabytes. I'm going to go OK. Now you should see that on your layers panel you've got the background here, so just pay attention to that. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that in a minute. I'm going to hit the Command plus just to get it to be a little bit bigger. Now what I want to do is I want to go to image mode and I want to change it to grayscale. And that's going to help because when we go to post it in Blackboard, we won't have any weird color problems. So we're going to go grayscale, and it says discard color information, go discard. Okay. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of that background layer. So there's a couple of ways to do it. One would be to grab and just drag it down here. I can also go to layer, and I'm going to go duplicate layer. Okay, so now we can edit this. We want it to be black and white. I'm telling you, the absolute easiest way to do it is we've got to make sure we're on the background copy and not the background layer. I'm going to turn off the original background layer so it's hidden. So we're just going to go to Image, Adjustments, and we're going to go to Threshold. And look at that, it turns it absolutely black and white. There's a couple other ways to do it, but that's the easiest way to do it. I'm going to hit OK. And then I want to get rid of these what were the pins and any signature stuff. So I'm going to use the brush tool. But what I need to do is I want to make sure that what's in the palette down here is this bright white. So I take the eyedropper tool, select that. That's what's in there now. I go to the brush tool, and here's where you can see all your brush configurations. So right now the hardness is very, very soft, and it doesn't really matter for what I'm doing, but I could also make it so it's absolutely hard edge. So if I painted that, see how hard edge that is? I hit Command Z and it'll get me out of it. If I go and change it to be very soft, I don't know if you can see that, but see how soft that is? Okay, I'm going to hit Command Z and get out of that. Okay, so what I've got, I'm just going to go ahead and basically paint these. I'm not erasing them, I'm just painting it. And then I'm going to go File, Save. And I think for general protocol, let's save it first as a PSD file. I'm going to call it all of this would probably not post into Blackboard. It likes really simple ones, so I'm just going to call this, I'm going to leave the file extension that says PSD, and I'm going to call it Sim1, okay? And then I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to go Save, okay, all right? But I also need to save it as a JPEG because that's what Blackboard will take. So I just want to check the image size first. And so here it's 12 by 18. Let's reduce it to 6 by 9. Okay, and that puts it at 4.63. That's perfect. We want to be right around 5 megabytes. So I'm going to go OK, and then I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it this time as a JPEG. I'm going to save it to the desktop. I'm going to go Save. Okay, that's all there is to it, and then I will show you in class how to post it to Blackboard. All right, see you in class.